Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw the Twisted Wolf from Five Nights at Freddy's The Twisted Ones. Let's get started in the center of our page with the eyes. So I'm going to draw two circles, one on the left and one on the right. Let's start on the left side and draw in the first eye. Now we're going to leave a gap in the center and draw the same thing on the right. So lining up the top. Now in the center we're just going to draw a tiny little black dot. Now in between the eyes I want to draw a little frown line. So on the inside edge of the left eye I'm going to curve down and come straight up in the middle. From the center we're going to curve down and over towards the right. And then in between the eyes I want to draw a little wrinkle. So just a little curve coming down and in. On the left side I just want to draw the outer part of the eye. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to curve out towards the left and then curve it back in underneath the eye. Now going back to the center, I just want to curve it in between. So just going around in between and then pulling it back towards the bottom. I'm going to fill the inside area in black. On the right side, I want to raise the eye up. So we're going to start on the inside edge. We're going to curve up and out, round it out, and then come down towards the bottom of the eye. Now again, from the inside, I'm just going to split this area in half, curving up and then back down. We're going to fill this area in black. Just in the middle, we're going to step down and draw on the top edge of the nose. So from left to right, we'll draw a curve. Now we're on the left side, we're going to curve down towards the bottom to a point, and we'll curve back up on the right. We're going to fill the nose in black. From the sides of the nose, I want to draw on the muzzle. So on the left corner, we're going to curve out towards the left, and then just pull this up and in towards the center. Do the same thing on the right. Starting from the center, we're going to curve out towards the right, and pull it in towards the side of the nose. Now at the top of the muzzle on the outside, we're going to curve up towards the eye and then just hook it back down. Do the same thing on the right, going up towards the eye and then hooking it down. I want to accentuate the brow area. So on the left side, just above the eye, we're going to curve down and in, and then on the right, we're going to curve up. Now we're going to go in and tuck the mouth in underneath the muzzle. So starting on the side, on the left, we're going to curve up and out. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to curve down the side of the mouth. Now from here I want to curve in and then down towards the bottom of the mouth. So on the left side we're going to curve down and in towards the bottom. Do the same thing on the right side, making sure that we're lined up along the bottom here. Connect those 2 points with a curve. Now let's go back up to the top of the mouth and layer in the teeth. Starting from the center, I'm going to work my way towards the right. So I'm just going to angle down and out, and then back up. We're going to repeat this all the way across towards the right. Now as we get to the side of the muzzle, I want to hook the teeth down, so curving down and in. We're going to taper that back up. We'll draw one more, curving down, and then we'll hook that back up. Let's do the same thing on the left. Coming down and back up. We're going to go all the way across to the edge of the muzzle. And then right here we're just going to hook them. Hook them down and then taper back up. We'll draw one more. Let's go to the bottom and add the bottom row of teeth. So I'm going to start with the gum line first. So from the bottom of the mouth we're going to step up and just draw a series of little curves. Scooping down in the middle. We're just going to draw 4 of these. Now from the top points I'm going to draw a fang going up and then down. So from this top point, we're going to go up and then come down towards the top point of that curve. On the sides, I want to add one more curved fang. So about halfway along this fang, I'm going to curve up and then we'll hook it down towards the bottom of the mouth. Now there's a second row of teeth back here. So I'm going to start with a curve first, starting from the left. We'll curve down and back up. Just along the top, I'm just going to add a series of upside down V's. And then we're going to go in and fill the inside part of the mouth in black. Now that we have the mouth, we're going to work the fur around the cheeks and then down towards the chin. So just at the bottom of the left eye, I'm going to curve around the mouth and hook it down. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're just going to work in some points of the fur. Starting from the left, we'll just hook it back up, curve down again, then taper back up. We'll do it one more. So curving down, and then we'll just pull that up just underneath the mouth. Do the same thing on the right. And then from these 2 points, we're going to curve alongside the mouth down towards the chin. So following the same curve, all the way down, just past the lower part of the mouth. Now from here, I just want to add a little bit of fur along the edge. So we're just going to hook in and taper back up. We're just going to repeat this pattern until we get to the center. Now right here, I'm going to curve in the opposite direction, curving down, back up. All the way back towards the right side. Let's go back up and draw on the top of the head. So I want to add a little bit of fur sort of pointing up, starting on the left side, and curve up towards the middle, and then I'll pull it back down. We'll do that again. We're going to go a little bit longer now. We're going to go up, and then taper it back down. We'll draw one more, going up, and then down. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction, curving over. Now this I'm going to pull over on top of the right eye. Now we're going to go in and tuck the ears in behind this fur. So from this point, we're just going to step in, curve up and out. Do the same thing on the right side, making sure they're around the same length. Now I'm going to hook this back down just beside the eye. Curving down, just aiming towards the eye. Now we can draw the fur on the side of the head going in behind the cheeks. So from here, I'm just going to curve down. We're going to just basically do that same thing. Going in, go down, in, draw one more. And we're just going to pull this in behind. Let's do the same thing on the right. I'm going to go back to the ears and draw the inside part of the ear. Starting from the tip, I just want to taper down. It's a little bit wider as you come down here. And then from this point, I'm just going to connect to that corner with a little curve. Do the same thing on the right. From the top point, taper down, and then curve across. Okay, so now that we've got the head, let's work our way down the body. So I'm going to start with the upper part of the chest first. So on the side of the jaw here, I'm going to curve down and then in. Do the same thing on the right. So we're going to line this up at the top, curving down and then in. Now we're going to draw the lower torso coming down towards the hips. So on the left side, I just want to leave an overlap for the chest. So stepping over towards the left, we're just going to curve in and then back out. On the right side, he's got a torn up edge on the side here. So we start with a curve coming down. Now I'm just going to draw a little wave going back in towards the center of the body. So we're just going to tear up the edge with a series of little waves going up and down. It can be random all the way across. Then from the center, we're going to come down with a curve over towards the right. We're going to work our way back out. So again, just tearing up the edge with a series of random length lines. About halfway inside the space here, I'm just going to draw a straight line coming down. We're going to fill the left side area in black. Now here, I just want to locate the lower torso. So we're going to step down right here. From left to right, we're going to curve around the bottom and then back up towards the outside of the hip. Curving down and then just pulling that up. In this area, I just want to add a few holes. So we're just going to draw an oval on the inside, fill that in black. At the bottom, we'll just draw smaller ovals and then little dots. Let's go back to the left side and draw in this leg. So from this point in the hip, I want to curve out the thigh and come down towards the knee. At the bottom, we're just going to overlap the lower torso. So we're going to step in, curving the opposite direction towards the inside of the knee. Now we're going to draw on the lower part of the leg. From this point of the knee, we're going to curve out and then down. On the inside, I just want to create a little overlap, so we're going to step back, curving in, and then down towards the same height in the ankle. From here, we're just going to work in the foot. So from this point, I want to curve down and in towards the heel. We're going to curve the bottom of the foot, going over towards the claws. Going over. Now we can layer in the claws. From this point, I just want to draw a little swirl, going in, then hooking it down. From the tip, I'm just going to curve up and towards the bottom of that socket. Now we're going to stack the toes over this way. So at the top of this claw, we're going to curve over and then down, and then we'll hook it back in behind. We'll do that one more time. Curve down, and hooking that back. At the top of the last claw, I just want to curve the top of the foot in towards the ankle. Now in between these two claws, I'm just going to draw a little curve, a little hook. And then in between these two claws, I'll do the same thing. Let's move over to the right side and draw on this leg. Now this one is in sections, so we're going to start with the thigh first. So in line with the hip, we start at the inside, and again, we're going to draw that little wave going across it with various length lines. We're going to curve the outside and the inside of the thigh, starting with the inside, just like we did on the left. Curve in towards the inside of the knee, and from the outside, we'll curve out, down towards the knee. And again, we're just going to tear up the edge here, so connecting these 2 points with a series of little torn edges. Now from the hip over towards the thigh, we draw 2 straight lines, side by side. We're going to fill that in black. I want to show a little bit of decay in the leg, so we're just going to add some spots. So just little ovals and spots all across. For the lower part of the leg, I just want to take this section on the left and just flip it over. So we're going to leave a gap and just tear up the edge. Again, just varying the line going across. We're going to curve the outside and the inside. Starting on the inside, curving down towards the ankle. On the outside, we'll curve in the opposite direction. And again, we're just going to connect those 2 points with a wave going across. We're going to connect the thigh and the lower part of the leg with 2 straight lines, so angling down. And then we'll fill that in black. Again, I just want to add some spots in the lower part of the leg. Just put these in random areas. And then finally, we're just going to tuck the foot at the bottom. So we're going to take this foot, flip it over. So we're going to leave a little space. From the inside, we're just going to tear up the edge. We start with the heel first. Starting from the left, we'll curve down towards the heel. We're going to draw that same foot. So from the heel, we're going to curve across towards the toe. And we're going to hook back the first claw. So hooking around and then down. From the tip, we're going to curve it back in towards the bottom part of the socket. At the top of this claw, we'll curve out again, and then hook that back in. Do one more. Now at the top of this toe, we're going to curve over towards the outside of the ankle. Now the metal is exposed in the toe area here, so we're going to start at the bottom of the foot. Just going to draw a wave going upwards, and we're going to go at an angle to the outside of the foot with a torn edge. In between these toes here, we're going to draw one short line coming up, and we're going to angle this in behind this little torn edge with a straight line. Let's connect the lower part of the leg with the foot, again with 2 lines, side by side, and we'll fill that in black. I want to add some cables coming down here, so in the lower torso, we're going to curve down, and then just pull that up behind the leg. Let's go back up and draw in the arms. I'm going to start on the left side. So just behind the chest, we're going to step down and curve down and out towards the left. We're going to draw on the outside part of the arm. So we're going to step up just beside the cheek, curve in the opposite direction, and then in towards the elbow. We're going to do a little overlap here. So from the inside, we're going to step in, curve towards the wrist. Now on the outside, we're going to step out and then curve down towards the wrist. And we're getting a little bit narrower as we come in towards the wrist area. Let's draw on the hand. So we start with the thumb first. From the wrist, we'll curve in and pull it down. Now we're going to curve that back up, so tapering it up. Now we're just going to stack the claws over towards the left. From here, we're going to curve down and then just pull that in. We're going to hook that back up. So again, tapering it up. We'll draw another one curving down. And then we'll taper that back up. We'll draw one more. Curve down. And now from here, I just want to go all the way up towards the wrist. And then we're going to go in and separate the claws. So on the outside finger, we're just going to draw a little curve from left to right. Same thing with the thumb. Let's go in and draw on the right arm. Now it's the same treatment as we have on the legs, so we're going to start with the upper part of the arm first. Lining up the inside edge of the arm, we're going to curve in towards the elbow. Now moving up, we're going to draw on the outside part of the arm, but we're going to add some spikes along the way. So right here, it's going to curve across. Now right here, I'm going to draw a little socket, almost like a half circle. We're going to continue that curve, draw one more socket, and then come down in towards the elbow. Now we just want to connect those 2 points, again, just like we did down here with a torn edge. From these 2 points in the socket, I'm going to start at the top, curve up. Now I'm going to take this point and curve down towards the lower part of the socket. We'll do the same thing with this bottom one, curving up and then down. Now I want to add a few more horns in behind here. So right here I'm just going to curve up and tuck that in behind the arm. We'll do one more in between. I'm going to add a few holes in the upper part of the arm. Again, just drawing some ovals and filling them in black. We vary the size, some small and some larger ones. Let's go in and draw on the lower part of the arm. So in the same angle as we have on the left, right here, we're going to start with the torn edge first. We're going to curve the inside part of the arm coming down towards the wrist. And then the outside curving the opposite direction towards the wrist. We're going to tear up the edge. Now I'm going to connect the upper arm and the lower arm with 2 straight lines. And then again, we're going to fill that in black. Let's add some holes along the top, so various sized ovals, and then along the bottom. I'm going to add a few spikes along the side of the arm here, starting at the top, curve up, and then we'll taper that back in. We'll add one more down here. Let's leave a little bit of space and draw on the hand here. So we're going to start with the torn edge first, so working our way across from left to right. We're going to connect those 2 points with a half oval, coming down towards the knuckles and then back up. We'll connect these 2 areas with 2 straight lines and fill that in black. Let's draw a few little open holes right here. Now we're going to stack the fingers in behind. So we're going to start with the thumb first, draw a little half circle on the inside. Now along the bottom here, we're going to draw 3 more half circles, just evenly spaced out. And then we're going to add in the claws. So first, on the thumb, I'm going to draw a short angled line. From the top, I'm going to curve down, and we'll hook that back up towards the inside. We're going to do the same thing on the fingers, but we're going to curve in the opposite direction. So at the bottom of the half circles, I'm just going to draw a straight line. From the inside, we'll curve in, hook that back. Do the same thing with all 3 fingers. Just in this area here, I just want to add some more cables. So beside the left chest, we're going to curve down, pull that back up. From the upper part of the arm, we're going to curve down, and then in behind the lower part of the arm. Let's add one more going across this way. So up in here, so curve down, and then towards the inside part of the arm. The final thing we're going to do is add the large mane along the top of the head and along the side here. So let's start at the top. Right on the inside edge of this right ear, we're going to curve up and over towards the left. We're going to hook that back, so tapering it down. We'll do a few more. Curve up and out towards the left. Taper down. Now here I'm just going to curve in behind the left ear. So curving over and down. This curve is going to continue up along the left side. So we're going to continue down and then just pull it up. Draw another spike, curving back. We're going to go up again, the longer line. Now we're going to curve and make our way back in behind the shoulder. So I'm just going to curve that back in. I'm going to do a little overlap here. So about halfway along this curve, I'm going to curve back down again. Draw another spike going out. And then we'll pull that in behind the arm. You can see a little bit of that mane coming down the side on the left. So below the arm, curve out towards the left. And we'll hook that back. do another one curving out. Taper that back. Now we're going to do another overlap. So halfway along this line, we'll just curve in behind the body. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's the Twisted Wolf from Five Nights at Freddy's The Twisted Ones. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send us your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.